Welcome everyone to this edition of Exploring Maine. I'm Mark, your host, and thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming back. Hey, today's show is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a compilation of various clips that I've accumulated over the past year or so. I thought I'd take you to places like Thomaston, Port Clyde, Fort Kent. We'll go up, check out some of the potato fields way up north. Corea Harbor, a down east fishing harbor, probably the prettiest in the state. Sit back, relax, grab a beverage, and I'll be doing a little commentary if you can stand it. And we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. If you're ever going to be driving by Thomaston, Maine here at some point, you can't miss the largest cement plant in New England. It's called the Dragon Cement Plant. It was built back in 1928, and it's been, I guess it's been used continuously ever since. It's built on the largest limestone vein in the state of Maine. The owner is a subsidiary of a very big Mexican company, and that company bought it from a Spanish company a number of years ago. They say it makes about 300,000 tons of cement a year. And in case you're wondering, that's 600 million pounds. It's really quite the facility when you're flying over it, especially. Pretty extensive. Here we are in Plymouth, Maine, and flying over Plymouth Pond. I happened to be driving by one early morning and saw the fog over the lake and could tell that there was a little bit of sky above, so I took the drone up and I was just rewarded with these beautiful, beautiful morning views. It's just a little town. There's about 1,400 people. There are actually more people living here in 1830 than there were in 1930. But the population has been very, very slowly growing over the last 40 years or so. It's that kind of place where the locals are more than happy to have the visitors from away simply drive through on their way to someplace else, I think. Just a quiet little community, very, very pretty. I'm sure that kayaker got a fish or two that morning when he was out fishing. Here we are in just a classic Maine harbor, Port Clyde. It has a long history. Quite a bit of shipbuilding was going on here in the 1800s, and in the mid-1900s, a pretty big sardine canning industry started up. Employed over 200 of the local folks. Some of the notables well, the Maine coast there's notables everywhere, but the Wyeth family of painting fame owns land in the area, and actually so does Chief Justice John Roberts, of all guys. This town is where you catch the boat to go to Monhegan Island. Some of you may have heard of Monhegan Island. It's quite well known. There's a lighthouse just outside the harbor. Just to the left, you can see it there. The Marshall Point Light, they call it. There was a lot of fun flying out in the harbor with the boats going back and forth. It was a cool day. Potato fields of Aroostook County. Man, I was heading south from Fort Kent, which is one of the northernmost towns in Maine, and I just kept driving by these huge potato farms. So I decided to get out and do a little flying. The county's loaded with these. I think there's 63,000 acres of potato production now, and that's even down from what it was 50 years ago. But these fields just go on and on. Well, interesting tidbit is every fall they close the schools up there. After school starts in September, they actually close school for a couple weeks and to help out, so the kids could help out with the harvest. They say 43% of the potato production in Aroostook County now pretty much goes to French fries, of all things. Now, if there was ever a quintessential, quaint Maine fishing harbor, it's got to be Corea Harbor in Corea, Maine. It's the kind of place where time has stopped. It's actually pretty far down east. It's near Gouldsboro. It's on the Gouldsboro Peninsula, which is beyond Acadia quite a bit. It's a classic down east fishing harbor, really the finest kind. If you're there not lobster fishing, then or not eating lobster, then there's pretty much no reason to be there other than to just enjoy the serenity and the beauty of the place. It's just classic. It really is. That building that I flew over at the beginning of the clip was the Fisherman's Co-op there, and they were kind enough to let me take off in their parking lot, and I ended up sending them some pictures of their co-op in return. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it is just classic. Well worth the visit if you're ever in Down East Maine. Let's hope I missed that mast. Yeah, no problem. Here we are in Castine. Castine is on Penobscot Bay, in the mid-coast Maine area. It's actually across the bay from Belfast. It's known for being the home of the Maine Maritime Academy, and you can see campus right here. It's one of the premier ship engineering schools, I guess. And here's the state of Maine, which is docked normally there. When it's not docked, it's taking its cadets out for their training cruises. I have a little bit of a connection there. My brother-in-law is the chief mate of the state of Maine and has been for many years, and I've been fortunate enough to go on board and have a tour of the ship. Really, really cool ship. But it's a beautiful town. Fairly well off. It has a history of being a place where folks have their nice, let's say, summer homes, second, maybe third homes, but there's a good view of town. It's pretty. Well, this is probably one of the most northern spots in Maine that you're going to go to. The town of Allagash is located where the Allagash River, which is right there, joins the St. John River. And a lot of kayakers and canoers go down the Allagash Wilderness Waterway to take trips. But that's the St. John River there, and this is the confluence of those two. Allagash isn't very big. I don't think there's more than a couple hundred folks that live there. It literally is the northernmost community in Maine. Like I said before, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking some time and watching these shows. And if you would, obviously subscribe. I love it. But also, if you folks will want to see another show sort of like this format, let me know in the comments below. And even if you don't want to comment about the show, just leave a comment anyway. Let me know what you think so far. Let me know any other things you might want to. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.